Hello, I'm Ryan Warnauskas, and this is my presentation on eating disorders. What makes this topic unique is that an eating disorder itself is an umbrella term that has many different shapes and faces. What is scary about this is that an estimated 0.6 of the adult population has or is currently struggling with some type of eating disorder. What's worse is that the number of teenagers with this issue is steadily rising as well. Let's start with a definition of eating disorders. Eating disorders are defined as psychological disorders characterized by abnormal or disturbed eating habits. The two biggest and most common eating disorders are anorexia, starvation or preventative eating in order to attain an unhealthy weight loss goal, and bulimia, which has to do with overeating, then expelling it before it can be digested and turn into fat. Eating disorders have certain effects on people. Distress and fear of becoming overweight are first signs of eating disorders, simply because they become part of the disease. Once someone becomes too concerned about their weight, it consumes their life, and soon is applied to their eating habits. Then, there's helplessness and low self-esteem. By not being comfortable with yourself and your body, confidence is compromised. This causes a person to further delve into their eating disorder and cause more harm to their body. Lastly, there is competitive nature about eating disorders. Children and teens may find competition as an excuse to further harm their bodies and starve themselves in order to be thinner and prettier than their friends. As mentioned before, eating disorders have been on the rise in this century. Why is that? The most hypothesized answer is quite simple. The media. Since the media is becoming an ever-present partner in the upbringing of teens and young adults, their input becomes a part of the children's lives. When they provide images of thin and happy models, it creates a false reality in which the children hope to attain. Since most of these models are either photoshopped or victims of eating disorders, these children are raised to think that anything less than the media's perfect is not good enough. Famous actress Kate Winslet explains, "I actually have a Polaroid that the photographer gave me on the day of the photo shoot. I can tell you that they've reduced the size of my legs by about a third in order to make it the cover." This demonstrates the extensive use of cropping and photoshopping used by media outlets, and how they are creating an unattainable beauty to members of society. Now we wonder, how does this affect children? Ultimately, lower self-esteem and lowered confidence arises through heightened expectations. Secondly, the media creates a world where fitness means being thin and pretty, rather than healthy. This creates a destructive environment in which children see eating disorders as a healthy alternative, rather than to usual dieting and exercising. Lastly, there is less exposure to body diversity. By models all being thin and tan, society is less accepting of those of different types of bodies. This concludes my presentation on eating disorders. Thank you.